Don't friggin' scare me like that. Thought there was a ghost.
I had to spray Febreze.
Open can.
And go
Oh my God! There's a fucking ghost. There's a ghost in my house. I got sneezing and I got ghost trash cans and it's fucking crazy. All right, so chat. Here we go. First things first is, so, you know, first you need the new codexes, right? First, we're going to 9th edition, right? So you need the 9th edition core rulebook. There you go. Core rules, right? My main armies that I will be playing is, well, I'm going to play a lot of armies because I'm recapturing my childhood, okay? So obviously for you know, like military and tanks and just fucking rolling out as an army, that is going to be the Imperial Guard. You see it says right here, Imperial Guard. That's how you spell Imperial Guard. I don't know what anybody else sees, but what I see is I see an army called the Imperial Guard. I don't know what this shit is, but this is the Imperial Guard. And the Imperial Guard just roll out with tons and tons of tanks. And I have those tanks right over there. Right? So we got plenty of tanks, and that's going to be the, you know, one way that we're going to roll out as an army, you know. And you guys can participate and see yourself die and stuff. It's going to be great. But that's not what we're building today. Blood Angels. Well, I already have the Blood Angels army. This is 8th edition, and now we just have to wait for the new Blood Angels Codex to come out for 9th edition. Now, Games Workshop has said that the Blood Angels Codex is coming this year. I don't know how they're doing it. They're releasing so much stuff this year, which is fucking awesome, because this year has sucked. I also play Thousand Suns because they're the coolest Chaos and faction. Because Slanesh sucks and Korn is awesome, but he's too obvious for me, and Nurgle is, I don't know, gross. It could be argued that Slanesh is the best, or Tzeentch is quite simply the coolest and best. And plus, the Thousand Suns are one of the only armies that has their Primarch. Their Primarch is essentially sort of like their badass general leader, fucking god kind of thing, right? Because all the Space Marines are basically sons of their Primarch. And then I also got Chaos Space Marine book because I played Thousand Suns, so I wanted to know what is in here. But again, we're not playing any of those right now. We're focusing, and here's Joe's Necrons. Joe's going to be playing Necrons and Mexican Marines, Space Marines, or Mariachi Marines. But for his Necrons, I'm blown away by what GW has done with the Necrons. They're bringing basically the Emperor of the Necrons. He's in this book, and you can put him on the battlefield. So basically, the Silent King, the leader of the Necrons, is going to be on the board. In addition to that, as if that wasn't enough already, as if that wasn't ridiculously powerful enough, they have what's called the Catan, I think, which are these Old One race that kind of tricked the Necrons, but now the Necrons have enslaved them. And so they're like some of the most powerful units in the game. So I've basically stacked the deck in Joe's favor because I want Joe to enjoy the game. You know what I mean? So I tried to give him the most powerful army and the coolest, you know, lore and army if he cares. He might not even care. It might be wasted on him. I don't know. We'll see. Because Joe was one of our only friends when we were children that didn't play Warhammer with us. Not really because he didn't want to, but just, you know, he just never got into it. All right, but again, that's not what we're doing. What we're doing today is we're making the Angry Army custom Space Marine chapter. So in 9th edition, they've decided to put all of the Space Marine chapters into this book. So if you want to play Space Marines, you get this book, you're good to go. Now they will still release eventual supplements like the Blood Angels to make them even more distinct and give them even more unique units. But you don't need to do that. You just need to get the Space Marine book. So I've got the Space Marine book now. Let's open it up and see what we're going to do here, because you can make your own chapter, which is what we're going to do now. So creation of a Space Marine here. Some great lore. 1,000 chapters. Chapter organization, chapter planets. Basically, you know, after the Horus Heresy, it was decreed that the Space Marines would be organized in a certain way by Gilliam. So you have your chapter command, and in the game, they've got chapter masters. So obviously, this is going to be me. I'm going to be our chapter master. Okay? So, and then we're organized. And then your chapter is organized into companies. First company, that's where they have the veterans, the Terminators. And then you've got the battle companies. These are you guys. You guys are going to have some badass weapons to use. We're going to fucking throw you up on the battlefield. And you are going to deal out incredible vengeance and power in the name of the Emperor and your chapter master, Angry Joe. Now there's reserve companies, which is going to include some of our scouts, and it's going to have a lot of our support and tanks, things like that. There's the scout company, Reclesium. I was thinking Godfoot could potentially be the chaplain, maybe Joe, because we don't know where Joe lies. That sounds like Joe too. Here is the Apothecarian, and I was thinking maybe Joe could be the Apothecarian, because like Joe likes to support us, he likes to make jokes, he likes to, like, you know, cheer us up and just be the support for our angry army, right? Everybody likes Joe. Everybody likes and needs a medic. But Joe might be like, well, that's lame. I don't want to be a fucking medic, because, you know, medics are fucking lame. Unless you're into it, and then I need to find who's into it so that they can be the medic. Alex is quite clearly going to be our librarian, because Alex is just this immense wealth of knowledge. Alex knows everything. He knows a little bit about everything. Cooking, he's a chef. He's fucking good with technology. He's good with... He's just a good fucking guy to have around, like a handy dude. And so the ones who have the most knowledge are going to be your librarians in the Space Marine chapter. In addition, which is an extra for Alex to make it more interesting, is he'll have psyker powers, and that will make him more willing to be like, okay, I'm a badass, I like this. Then there's the armory, which are led by the Tech Marines, and these are the guys that keep the tanks and the bikes and the grav vehicles operational, and they're kind of a little bit of outcasts, because they actually they'll take a Space Marine, they'll send him to the Adepticus Mechanicus, and they'll kind of indoctrinate him and teach him in the ways of the Machine God, and then he comes back to the Space Marine chapter. And so sometimes the Space Marine brothers kind of distrust a little bit of the Tech Marine, but nobody can question how effective and how powerful they are on the battlefield, and have them in the army to keep your army running at full efficiency. So I was thinking maybe this could be Dell. Dell knows a lot about tech, and he's always knowing about fucking min-maxing things, and he's really good at video games. And so I think that translates into like a Dell type character. But who knows? Maybe Dell's like Tech Marine, I don't like them, they're stupid. But if we give him a beard, put his head on there, I think that would work. What do you think?
I mean, Dell without a beard is kind of impossible, so...
I know.
Yeah.
So here are some of the different tanks. You got a Land Raider, you got your Grav tank, look like a Gladiator over here, and cool stuff. All right, so here's the chapters that we have to choose between. So you tell me, chat, which one you like. So you got the Ultramarines, the Sons of Gilliman. They're one of the only Space Marine factions, one of very few, that have their Primaris back. So one of their sort of the Emperor's children that are very, very powerful, godlike beings that can dominate the battlefield. The thing is, I'm the chapter master. I'm not gonna fucking play with Gilliman if we got, you know, Lord Commander Angry Joe. So I don't know if we need a Space Marine chapter that has a Primar. And what is that? What is this? What is this? This is fucking blue? Is it? Is that what I'm seeing? Blue? No, we don't need blue. I'm just kidding. So Ultramarines. The Ultramarines epitomize what it means to be Adeptus Astartes. They become, they are beacons of nobility, honor, and discipline in a galaxy riven by darkness and disorder. No chapter holds the Codex Astartes in such hallowed regard as they, and they have utilized its tenets and strategies to achieve glorious victories over 10,000 years. Here are some of the color schemes of the Ultramarines. So you don't actually have to be blue. You can be a successor chapter. Like Genesis chapter looks like something that we would maybe paint our guys red and black. So I'm really going to be focusing on the red and black.
This is a good color combo.
And here's the next one called the Imperial Fist. And here are some more successor chapters. But we've already kind of, I've already got our color scheme in mind. That one's kind of cool. And here are some unknown Marine foundings. Blood Ravens. So they're not Blood Angels, they're Blood Ravens. And this is cool to see this in the book because this is the chapter that was created in Dawn of War, specifically for Dawn of War. It was not canon until now. Now it's canon. So that's kind of unknown founding. So it's like, who did these chapters come from? Ultramarines, White Scars? Nobody really knows. The records have been lost. And it's really fun to read through all this. The lore in Warhammer 40K might actually be my favorite part of Warhammer 40K. Not even the game. Just fucking buying these books and reading through them, it's just great. And the artwork is just ridiculous. Some Imperial Fist. I'm not a big fan of yellow Marines. Yellow. You're yellow. All right, so now it's time to actually pick, now that we've gone through all that shit. Now, how do we pick? Well, this is the page. So we can either be a successor chapter of one of these chapters, and if we are, we get their bonuses on the battlefield. So I'll read you the bonuses here in a second. But new to 9th edition, which is really, really cool, is if we want, they give us rules for making our own successor chapters. They give a bunch of successor chapter tactics that you can mix and match. You can take one of these and put it with one of these, and you have two, and we can make our own.
Wow.
So let me first read what these are, and then we'll pick our chapter. Oh, shit. I'll tell you what, let's cut this short a little bit and go to the chapter command. Okay. So let's figure out what units we're going to put in the army then. And then we can kind of figure out from there what we're going to need. So, well, first off, we're going to need a Primaris captain. We're going to essentially need me. So this is me. And the skull means HQ. So I think I'm going to go with Primaris Captain. I don't want to cost too many points. And that'll give me a 3+ save. But I will also have an Iron Halo, which is going to give me a 4+ invulnerable save. Now, an invulnerable save means you cannot armor pierce it. So it's always going to be a 4+. So as long as I can, let's say I take 5 wounds here. I just saved, oh, I took 6 wounds. So I just saved 5 and I took 1. So I took 1 wound from that attack. So six attacks hit me and I only got hit once. How many wounds do I have? 6. So I've got 5 wounds left. So I'm still pretty good. So I'm gonna go Primaris Captain, Lord, Commander, Angry Joe, Primaris Captain. Now, what is going to be even better than this is also new to 9th edition is that every character can be upgraded. So, for example, captains can become chapter masters for 40 points. Now, it's going to add 40 points, it's going to add 2 power, and you get to become the chapter master, like the leader of the Space Marine custom chapter. So I'm definitely going to take chapter master. Now, what does Chapter Master do? Well, it says right here with the Chapter Master. So what is Angry Joe going to do on the battlefield? Well, since it's just me, I'll read this. Chapter Masters are some of the greatest military minds in the galaxy. There are few elements of strategy and tactics they have not studied and mastered. They have tested their skills against innumerable enemies. They are magnificent leaders able to inspire their warriors to acts of legendary valor. There is no task to which they will set their battle brothers that they have not completed themselves. And when they lead from the front, they wield their blades with incomparable ability, slaughtering more of the foe than any of their warriors. Abilities. A chapter master model gains the following abilities. Chapter Master. In your command phase, select one friendly core or character unit. So any of you guys, or Joe or Alex or something, or Godfoot, within 6 inches of me, until the start of my next command phase, so my next turn. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. That is fucking awesome. So if I end up saying, okay, my Space Marines are firing, and I sucked at the rolls, which apparently never happened, I rolled something like that, I can be like, Angry Joe says no, he's the chapter master, and does even worse. Son of a bitch. No, now I'm doing it. Now I'm doing it. Now that's it. So there you go. RNG. All right. A chapter master is excluded from the company command rule. This means a detachment can include both one chapter master unit and one other captain. So that's cool. Relics and warlord traits. You can give the chapter master model the Angel Artifice relic instead of giving them a chapter relic. In addition, you can give them the Master of the Codex Warlord trait instead of giving them another Warlord trait. So, well, what is this shit? Well, these are exclusive, I guess, to chapter masters, because it's like, hey, you know, guys, I have the Codex for the Rage Marines or Angry Marines, and I have, like, our relic of the, you know, because I keep it in the vault, and I'm going to bring it out into battle. Well, what does those things do? Well, our codex. At the start of our command phase, if this warlord is on the battlefield, roll 1d6. On a 4+, you gain a command point. Let's see if I do. Yeah! I did it! I gain 1 command point. Command points are these things that we keep track of and we spend like resources. Stuff like rerolls, special abilities, and things like that. So you always and you spend them pretty quick. So it's always good to have that. So I will take that. All right. So I've made myself, and that's where I'll stop, guys, because it's getting late. I mean, it's fucking 4:15 in the morning, and I need some quiet time to think about how our chapter is going to be. But I think I have a pretty good idea. Let me show you a picture. I think that fuck all these chapters, right? Because, you know, we got to pick between all these chapters and shit. I say, screw them all. I don't want to be a successor chapter of any of these. We should be a successor chapter of a meme, the Angry Marines. Always angry, all the time. Here's one of the legendary weapons of the Angry Marines. A fucking rocket launcher that launches Angry Marines, which flick you off in battle.
It's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And here is a Marine carrying other smaller... Here's a badass Marine carrying other smaller badass Marines into battle as weapons. Okay. So reading a little bit about they're pretty bad. Always angry all the time. Anger can never be quantified. What the fuck? I just opened this. I didn't even read this. What is that? Did somebody make the Angry Marines about me? Or the Angry Marines predate my show? I don't fucking know. Or maybe they just didn't know about me. They were in fact created by some guy using the Dawn of War army penner in ye olden days of yore, suspected to be Angry Joe. No, I didn't. I know my whole thing is angry, right? But I did not create the Angry Marines. If you think I did, God motherfucking damn it! God damn it! No, I didn't. They are not Alpha Legion. They symbolize love for as well as rage. They'll let's see. Angry Marine tactics focus on getting into melee as quickly as possible and proceeding to bust open several crates of fuck you in the various directions of the Imperium's enemies. And have these fun little things written on our shit. Like, look at this. Flying here. Is that a spiked bat? Is that a fucking whirlwind firing actual Angry Marines instead of missiles? That is the best. And then the rage phase. So I'd like to do a chapter like this. I want this tank in our army. The over 9,000 tank. Fucking over 9,000. We're gonna roll up into battle with these bad boys. Are you ready to see our color scheme? I'm really nervous about showing you because I want you guys to love it. First, let me show you all these. You know, all the ones in the book, and you can compare it to the ones in the book. And then I'm gonna show you the color scheme. And then I'm gonna end the stream. So 15 more minutes here. Check it out. Okay, so what is this? Black and white. Black Templars. Black and orange. Silver and blue. Blue and blue. Red. Brazen Skulls. Gold and blue. Nah, might as well be Ultramarines. And white Templar. So honestly, not very good colors there. So I worked very hard to try to find a combination of colors that would scream the angry army. And here they are. You compare it with what you just saw. No, not gonna shoot. Should I show you? No. Boom!
Yeah, that's really good.
Does that not scream fucking angry army?
That is pretty good.
And I would make sure that they put plenty of fucking relics on us. I just make it up like we love the relics. So all these like little awards on us and shit.
Mhm.
But of all the ones I saw in the book, this is better than that. And we would just change the logo to the Angry Army wing instead of the ace. These are pretty cool too. So you actually have to choose between these, chat. Which one do you think is better? I found this one. And this one is like, it's a silver, it's a dark silver base instead of a black base.
That looks good too. It has the green eyes as well.
Yeah, I like the green eyes. I like the way the green eyes sort of accentuate the thing, but I think it clashes just a little bit more. Both are dope. You know, we could probably just incorporate both. We could just say like, you know, we have a special legion or we have a special detachment and these guys are like veterans or something. Because look at how fucking cool this shit. Look at that. I'm gonna make sure that they draw shit on our shoulder pads like that. Like,
That does look really good, actually.
so I think we found it. I just like the way that you have the red on the gun, which sort of matches the red on the Space Marine, and then you have the green eyes and the gold. Because the Aquila should always be gold, in my opinion. And then you've got the Aquila gold on the gun, so it matches there as well. I did good. All right, chat, we got our color scheme, so I shall get started on our models. So at least we got that done, chat. So we got my character, we got our color scheme. We know that Alex is going to be a librarian. So hold on, actually. Then if we know Alex is going to be a librarian, let's write that down. At the head of each chapter's librarians can be found a chief librarian. Battle scholars with vast experience and immense psychic power. They are as much invaluable warriors as they are dependable advisors. And that's true of Alex. When mastery of the warp is required, none are better equipped to deal with its turbulent nature. On the battlefield, chief librarians direct the energies of the Immaterion with unrivaled precision and power. It's hard for me to read with this camera in the way. Okay, so the chief librarian gains the following abilities. The model knows one additional psychic power chosen from their list, and can deny one additional psychic power in your opponent's phase. Okay, so he can fire off 2 different things and deny things twice on your opponents, because you like roll to see if you can like counter spell your opponents. 6. All right. 3 3 4 4 5 4 9 3. Normal librarian 6 3 3 4 4 4 3 9 3. The problem with the Primaris librarian is he wears a cloak. Ah, but so does the normal librarian. I don't know if Alex wants to wear a cloak. Yeah, we can convert the model. Primaris librarian. Always basically here is, do I want a relic shield or a plasma pistol and a power fist? Well, the relic shield, I don't know what it does. Oh, there it is. That's very easy. So a relic shield would add +1, or would add 1 to armor saving throws made for the bearer. So instead, I would have a 2+ armor save. But remember, since I'm the chapter master, my save is already 2. And so I can't literally have a save of 1+. I would never fucking die. Each time the bearer would lose a wound as the result of a mortal wound, though, this is what it does in addition. So I would lose that ability. But in addition, each time I would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound, which is like there was nothing I can do about it and it fucking ignores armor and all that bullshit, I roll a d6 and +4, that wound is not lost. So I think that's even better than an invulnerable save. So it's like, do I have that right, chat? It's better than a armor save. It's better than an invulnerable save because mortal wounds cannot normally be armor saved or invulnerable saved, but you can save against mortal wounds on a 4+. Yeah, that's a powerful save. Okay, cool. So how much extra is that? I'm looking for the heavy bolt pistol or the master crafted or the relic shield, and it's not here. So I literally cannot pay extra. So it has to be free. Yeah, it's got to be free. Now, if I wanted that power fist, then I would have to pay an extra 10, is how I understand it. Remember, if I wanted to get that, like if I switch on over to the plasma pistol with a power fist, that's my interpretation. So, and one guy in chat is agreeing with me. So, Draconis Madden, do you play 9th edition? Okay, so if that's the case, then our army is already at 245 points with just me and Alex. And, shit. We gotta put Joe and Godfoot and all sorts of people. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 1,000-point incursions. And I think our regular game should be 1,500 till we get used to it. And then ultimately our goal is to hit 2,000-point games. Yes, you play it, but you've not seen a lot of battle yet. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, that's it for tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Well, the boys will see you tomorrow. I might see you tomorrow night when I get back after my grandma's birthday. Godfoot, thank you for hanging out with me, man.
Yeah, it's fun. Thanks for having me.
Sweet. All right, chat. Good night. Y'all have a good night and get some rest. And I'll see you here tomorrow night.
Yeah, good night.
Bye, guys.